Kaboosh. Rude. Are there any aura in this trailer at all? I don't think there are. I'm not 100% sure though. Wonder if they made the trailer before they decided they were a thing. Wouldn't make much sense, like, Ala Ghiri was there all along, right? Anyway, let's go and play the game. Lovely view. Whoop. Wait, will this chocobo take me to Lizard Town? Not Lizard Town, Snake Town. Other reptile. No. How do I get there? Tiz!
Yeah, I'm feeling tipsy.
Thank you for the raid, Tiz. How are you doing? You might be the first ones here. But if anyone else is here, check out the stream elements. Shout out for Tiz. What a fat chocobo, right? In my head, I hear Notorious B.I.G. playing in the background whenever I ride him. Anyway, we're getting real close to getting started here. What were you guys playing? I'm trying to remember what you were playing last time. More Outer Worlds 2. Nice. I've heard some really good things. Especially about the writing. I hear like everybody you talk to just has something funny and amusing to say. Like, it's never a waste of time to talk to like any NPC, which is pretty high praise. Anyway, I gotta do my intro. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. We killed Sri Lakshmi, which seemed rude. And kind of out of left field. Like, we're kind of in the middle of something and they're just like, can you kill the snake people's god? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. You've done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Viranilia. It was literally just there. Definitely has the New Vegas vibes. Wow. never really got to New Vegas. I don't know why. That's when I really got into was Fallout 3. But I've heard great things about New Vegas. A lot of people think that's the peak of the Fallout series. The winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss, it no longer holds our Kalyana sisters in her thrall. For this, we thank you. Old did the deed. We were but witnesses to his heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning. There's no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of will never come. We're all in this together. All Amigans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vira. On that you have my word. You should get back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. Looking around. Is this? This looks to be another beast tribe, which means you can probably get a snake mount. Wonder what theirs looks like. You just ride a giant snake, that would be rad enough. Whoop whoop. Oh, I don't know if I've been here. Is this the same place? Yeah. Sorry, I get confused. What's up? Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi is gone, but I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. Saved a lot of lives, old. Take pride in that. Yeah, did I save mostly Imperial lives? Thinking back on it, like, couldn't we just hang on the other side of the fringes? And let Sri Lakshmi do a lot of killing over on the Imperial side for a bit? It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of the incidents which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient aether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and Vira on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None which itself is troubling. It seems that as though the skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Veladina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally. was also most empathetic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the warrior of light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as him, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, and you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. Same goes for you, Minago. Been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. So we just chill here? I don't know, as far as vacation spots go, could do worse. It looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother's prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of Veladina. Honored guests, I pray partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. 3 turkeys. Damn. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come. Eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There's more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. Thanksgiving is coming up. I gotta pick up a turkey and probably start thawing it now. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family can't help thinking of my own. And my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course. Father and Ida had to fight. I would have too if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. Never ends, does it? They call us beasts. They treat us like them. They push and push, and until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. The 12 are watching us. What are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better, just goes on and on and on. You'd have to ask them. I think the gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. No, I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are? Or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. Must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. I'm trying to recognize the song in the background. It sounded really familiar for a second there. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. What it brings. Sleep well, old. Every now and then I get dinged with a copyright claim from Final Fantasy XIV. Like, they've got a materials usage agreement, so like it always gets recalled as soon as I appeal. But it's always fun to like see the name of the song I'm getting scolded about. Recently it was Cyan's theme. I was so happy to hear it, like the original Cyan's theme, remixed. There's something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? Must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will be there, waiting for us to return. Whoop whoop. Trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Now let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now. I read that so dumb. The rest of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There's a checkpoint along the way, as I recall. But we will need only identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Alright. Zim's easy. Just a fun name. Oh, my inventory is almost completely full. I don't think I've emptied my inventory like a single time since I started the game. Like, all these potions, do they matter? How did I end up over here? It's hard to find your way around. Oh, snake people. Don't mind me. This can't be right. This just leads me back up to Lakshmi, right? What up? Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Ala Ghiri and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh?
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle. trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
Hi, Sugar. Looking good? Thanks, Snugbug. Hope you're having a good day today. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those towers to the east? That's her. Sits on the edge of the cliff. So attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, is no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Veladino was so important, right? Come along. They're waiting for us in Ala Ghiri. What sort of corny game is this? This is Final Fantasy XIV. Have you ever played an MMO, Rob? Currently, I would say this is the best one available. Although WoW Classic has definitely been making some waves of its own. But one of the best things about this game is it has one of the most well-written stories of like any video game I've ever played. Did you guys play Battle Chasers, turn-based RPG? Oh, a long time ago. I don't remember a thing about it. It is the one I'm thinking of. I want to say there's like a red ponytailed samurai lady. Kind of reminded me of Red Sonja a bit. But, you know, clothed. Battle Chasers. Battle Chasers. Give me half a second just to make sure it's the game I thought it was. Yeah. You got the guy who looked like Guts. The giant robot and the lady with the red the big red ponytail. I have it. I never got into it. It didn't hold me. You used to like WoW with your mighty guild full of your much smarter nephews. It does sound fun. I played WoW for a little bit. Like, I had my little addictive spurt like most people, but I always play solo. Here we are, the base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing's impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize the Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourself, then join us when you're ready. Aye. You win most games by being the worst player on the best team. I've been in that situation before. I remember when a really talented Halo team recruited me for a video game decathlon. They're like, we want to win this tournament, but like they're playing 10 games. We can win Halo. You need to win everything else. And it was like Tetrasphere, Dance Dance Revolution, Smash Bros. Like I did my best. Like I can carry a lot of people in a lot of games, but like being the only person good at any other games besides Halo was a tough pull. We did win. The prize was I want to say Tomb Raider on DVD. Great tournament. This is the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which is free to play through the base game as well as the first 2 expansions, Heavensward and Stormblood. That's true. And I will mention, like, each expansion is like 60 hours. The base game is like 80 hours. And so, morning math, like 200 hours of free content. Like, we're not even through this. This is live stream number 70. I've made 13 12-hour movie-esque videos of me playing through this entire game. We'll get there. We're close to the halfway point, I think. This is a very ambitious project of mine. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got meetings to attend. Ugh. So I've been work from home since COVID. And one of the best things about it is I can work through meetings and just like listen carefully for my name to be mentioned. And usually I can pull myself together and like bring myself into the context of the meeting fast enough to contribute. But like I can actually get work done during most meetings. I'm sneaky like that. Where do you go? All the way to Rogger's Reach. Nice. I've never been here before. See, if I lived in the desert, I'd have to live in a place like this. The shade must be amazing. Does everyone just go inside at noon, though? Yeah, you've freelanced all your life and you know what they want from you, right? Like, I don't need to know any details until I'm actually working on the thing. And it's not uncommon to be like, so what did they want again? No one's ever called me out and been like, we mentioned this in the meeting. Because, like, it's usually two weeks to, like, several months since, like, we discussed, like, the actual plan here. And so, it's, like, I hate to make people repeat themselves, but, like, I don't want to know. It's a distraction from the work I'm currently working on to think about the work I'm going to be working on 6 months from now. In meetings, you try not to upset them. I don't deliberately upset them, but if they ever found out that I haven't paid attention to a meeting in 4 years, they might be upset. That everyone? Then let us begin. Ala Ghiri is ours, and for For a mercy, we took it without losing a single man, but we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. Path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power, which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. And I see, we have no choice but to accept what we've been given. Aye, that's the way of it. No doubt Xenos has got something planned. We'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Ala Ghiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely on Old after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. Yeah. Let me punch a thing. Let her fight. Thanks. I knew you would understand. Mayhap it would be best if I accompany you. Alisei can stay with Old. I'll go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Sometimes in meetings you're like, hear me now and believe me later. Because you draw well and quickly, they treat you as a wizard. The cowboy hippie dude looks a lot like me. Okay. I've split up the context into, or accidentally grouped them together. Anyway, meanwhile. Alright. So this lady is real upset that we beat her, and so now she's gonna become the bionic woman. Oh wait, nope, this is Kryl. She's on our side. It looks like she's getting cryogenically frozen. This is the lady I was talking about.
My head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Ala Ghiri through and through.
Don't you hate getting a big zit on your head when meeting with a girl on the table? Yeah, the big head zits are how you know they're Imperial purebloods. Purebloods? Did I say that weird? I think I did. But yeah.
What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Ala Ghiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
I got used to like the head pearls. But now I'm starting, now I can't unsee the zit.
Found you.
All right, let's see. So in meetings, you draw well and quickly and they treat you like a wizard. I'm a little impressed. When I draw quickly, it turns into a disaster. The best art I've been able to do is by going as slow as possible. Like if I spend hours and hours and hours and hours on a single piece, and by like a single piece, I mean like a sketch. Like then I can make something that might be like average. The cowboy hippie dude looks like you. Okay, so like this is what I would look like if I were handsome. Normally, I'd be trying to find a Lalafell around here. Where's Pippin? Took Pippin away. Normally, I'd be like one of the little short guys with a big bushy beard. But I wanted to be handsome for this playthrough. And these guys like to yak, yak, yak. The dialogue likely works better in Japanese. It does, but it works very good in English. Like, you have to understand, like, the story is probably one of the best parts of the game. Like, functionally, the game works well, too. But if you ignore the dialogue, you will have a terrible time in this game. It took me like 10 years before I enjoyed this game, and the trick was reading. So, like, this is a fairly old game. I played it on release day, bought the collector's edition, and I tried to play it like World of Warcraft because that was still the kind of time and region. World of Warcraft, you like talk to somebody and you don't need to hear what they're saying because they're like, give me 12 walrus fins, and then you go kill 12 walruses and bring it back. And the fun is mainly in the gameplay. In this game, they're like, go from point A to point B, talk to someone at point B, return to point A, talk to somebody at point A. And so, like, you almost have to treat this game like a book. Every now and then you have to, like, throw down, but, like, this is a story game through and through. Drawing is different from other jobs. Slow is meaningful. Still fast gets that money. That's what's got me to succeed as a programmer. Perfection is the enemy and good and all that, but like developers will fight and fight to like make the best thing they can possibly make. I'm okay with like filling a need quickly. That's actually been my reputation as a programmer. Like, get something done in a single day that like solves a problem that people actually have. And I like that. I like the rapid feedback of I made somebody's day better, even though like I gave them a pile of crap. So full of fire and eager, aren't they? Weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. Wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Boop. Oh, this is actually a pretty cool jacket. I'll wear this for a bit. I'm supposed to be a ninja. Went with the cowboy drip. But yeah, I look a little more ninja-like for a bit. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Ehrenfeld's squadron. They are already searching the nearby areas, so we have allies, and in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Oh, it looks like we do get to kill some people. But like, this is what I mean. We've been playing for 45 minutes and I haven't fought a single person. And that is not at all uncommon. I think I've done full 2-hour streams where like I haven't fought anybody. But every now and then you have to do like a dungeon where you fight people for an hour and a half. So you make your money too. You refuse to go full time, but when they're up against a looming deadline, you're the perfect guy for the job. Yeah. It's hard to like find people or a job that appreciates you for your strengths. But once you know your strengths and you leverage them well, and you learn how you work, you become a little more than like just a cog in the machine. But yeah, like, so my reputation is the guy who gets things done super quickly. And so every now and then I get like secret contracts. And it's weird because I do work on a team. And so like every now and then they'll be like, okay, everybody, we're working on this project except for Sugar. He's got this other thing he's doing. And every now and then I'll have somebody on the team. He's like, what? No, we're a team. We all work together. We all do things together. like we should be planning this and like building it because we're gonna have to maintain it for years. And then they're like, we're going to build this and then forget it exists. Like, stop worrying about it. But then they get like all uppity and they're like, no, I demand standards and practices. And I'm like, okay, just send the guy with me. And we'll get it done together in 5 seconds. I'll explain to him the value of what we're doing while we're doing it. Which is usually pretty good. I've got... I do have many side projects that were started like that I have maintained for many years. Like, I've got one thing in particular that needs a change, like, once a year. And every year they're like, this shouldn't be Sugar's thing. Like, we need other people to understand how it works. Every time I explain it to somebody, they get fired. Not, you know, because of correlation doesn't equal causation. But, like, I've shared the knowledge on this several times, and, like, nobody lasts long enough to actually use the knowledge. Give me a moment, old. Say that again, if you would. No, maintain your distance from now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Ehrenwald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, old? Any trouble? And here I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. Hope the assault on Specula Imperatus is going well. Yeah, it's alright. Things are going down. Oh, for a second I thought he died of hitting him in the back.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool on.
What? That's never happened before. Scarachi. Or Scara. Hi. Did they go down for maintenance? I didn't lose my internet connection because chat's chatting with me. How am I? I'm doing good. The whole game is gone. They kicked me out. Come back. We're having some technical difficulties. I'll bring it up as quickly as possible. Let's see, you get some... Rob on YouTube says, I get work from other artists sometimes who are just giving you a slice of their job, trying to make the deadline. That's nice. I've been that guy. I get brought into other projects to make them done faster. It's what I'm famous for. Crash? I don't know what happened there. This game has been around for 1,000 years. So crashing isn't normal. You can kick me out again? "62 players in the queue." It looks like it happened to everybody then. Sometimes it disconnects and you need to restart the game. I'm like 100 and... How many hours in here? Like 160, 170 hours in. And so like, this is the first time it's happened to me. I'm pretty impressed with that. Like, we've been playing this game this time every day for like a year and a half. What do coders write in today? I mainly do C#, but I'm also doing Angular front-end development. I've been known to do JavaScript. It's been a while for that, but I've also been doing Ruby and Python and... Sorry, Groovy is what I've been doing, not Ruby. Like, every now and then I work in a system that doesn't allow anything else. I've been known to do some VB scripts. When you come down to it, all languages are pretty much the same. But C# is pretty much the standard that nobody hates, as opposed to like JavaScript. Going back into lurk mode, studies are calling. Enjoy. Thanks, Karachi. I hope you enjoyed too. Be done faster button always be in demand. Yeah. Being the get done fast button has always been my best advantage. Though I wasn't always that. One of the problems was when I was just starting and I had no idea what I was doing, which is very common in like the software development side of things. Like, nobody has any idea how to code fresh out of college. Like, you're just doing things that are so entirely different. And what you do to get around that is you just ask questions. Like, everybody around you all the time gets super annoying. You ask how to do your job. And that will get you through most things. Like, eventually, like, you'll learn enough that you can do it without asking. But, like, for the first year or two, you should be bothering people constantly. And again, that's what AI is for. So maybe times are different now. Give me a moment, old. Say that again, if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Ehrenwald. The pair was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, old? Any trouble? I killed some people. And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. Hope the assault on Specula Imperatoris is going well. It's going okay. I'm ready for the cutscene now.
You've improved, man.
You're still asking and bothering other artists after 30 plus years? Well, I feel like you do more contract work, and that feels natural. Like, you've got a... Every project you have is going to be different. I've been working at the same place for 12 years, maintaining, like, the same thing for 12 years. And so I'm kind of in, like, a lived-in environment. And so, like, people bother me all day, every day. Like, I'm constantly helping other people. And so, yeah, I am the bothered now. But, like, if I had to, like, join a different company, I would become the botherer again. I don't want to be that guy. Part of the reason I've stayed where I have as long as I have. I like being bothered. Hate bothering.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done.
That cat girl just
What of
moaned.
Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
You are the wise wizard in a cave at your job? Yeah. I'll tell you about my favorite job I've ever had after this cutscene. But that was basically what I did. The most satisfying position I've ever been in.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people... Your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Punch him in the face.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Hansfred, Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Guy's lever was a gun blade. He is super hungover. Oh, that's fun.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood.
There's a lot of people
All
standing
forces
around.
retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Run away! Hi, kitty. Want to say hi? You're an hour early for breakfast. By the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? Must have been the cannon at Castrum, Albania. That was an Imperial installation and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Is that the tower? Oh, this is cool. Enjoying the view over there. Who's that over there? Yeah, that does look a tower shorter, right? Is that where everybody was? This all takes place in ye old Arizona, Japan, England times of old. It does. It does. And I'm a big fan of the deep jungles of France where the elves live. Oh wait, no. The French people live in the snowy Viking peaks. Yeah, they all like to wear cold chainmail. Anyway, I was gonna mention like the best job I've ever had. It was a job like that suited me more than any others, and that was when I was a computer science tutor at a local university. Like, the job didn't pay like anything at all, but it was the most satisfying. I would just sit in a room hanging around waiting for students to come in and ask me how to do their homework. And I got the job because like I had the same homework not too long ago and I read the book. Turns out that was all you needed to do to have tutor level intellect, is to read the actual textbook they give you, which is hard. But like if you're very interested in the subject material and you do that, like you become like the highest percentile of student in your university all of a sudden. That's what it takes to be the 1%. Over there is Kazooie without Banjo. It does kind of look like him. He looks more like an insect, though. Is that an ovipositor? Ovipositor? Gross. This way. There's no time to lose. Did I ever say just read the book? No. But I did have somebody I was tutoring in Intro to Computers. And I was in tutor mode. And I almost explained to them how commas work. They were like, I was following the instructions and I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, you see here in instruction 5, this comma separates like independent clauses here. Wait, no, that's semicolons, but like I almost said like the most condescending thing I ever said in my history. Because the comma clearly separated like 2 different instructions. Which, you know, I get can be confusing in like a numbered list of instructions. Intro to Computers was so dumb. But yeah, I should have said, read the book more often. Because I think that would have helped a lot of people. But back then, I was just answering the questions I got. Instead of teaching them to fish. I was just helping them with each individual fish. And frankly, I was happy to do so. That was a great job. Like, I'll feed a man for a day, every day, forever. There's value in that. Worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate, this is our way inside. We must find my brother now. Brother's dead. The locks on the massive gate appear to have been disabled. You need only prise them open to pass through. Make it so. My God. I need to review the tapes to see if that tower was there before the cutscene. Because, like, we only spend a little while in this world. They could have snuck that one by us. But if they changed the way the world looked, just to put, like, one of the World Trade Centers up, that would be interesting. I'm glad you're here, old. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us, on Specula Imperatoris. I didn't think they had it in them. Kill their own men just to kill us? God damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck. But that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and many are unaccounted for. Sounds like your brother is a lot better than I thought. I'll say, listen. There are soldiers and wounded dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. H.L. Mencken Said said something like, to be an intellectual in America, a person needs to have read one book and not believe in ghosts. To be honest, yeah. That'll do it. How you doing? You look like a building just fell on you. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Grey Hall. Gods, what were the Imperials thinking? They're thinking of sending you to Thal's Great Hall. Sounds like it almost worked. Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Ala Ghiri is not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. How are you doing? You look significantly worse off than the others. Ugh, everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Old Sugarheart, ward of the House Fortom. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then. And now, I can walk. Thank you. 1,000 times thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there. Did he die of old age?
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
Those are some pretty rad last words. Oh well, that's that. Time's up. Blech. That's how I want to go.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
Just end it with, well, my work here is done.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Ala Ghiri together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Not to take away from this moment, but I feel like there's a real missed opportunity to have him giving the speech while impaled by the Space Needle. to really drive home he's good and dead. All right, Rob asks, am I enjoying an adult beverage? Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castrum, Albania.
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
He died proud that elfy pointy-ear peoples can carry on his legacy and beliefs. This is the proudest, pointiest eared elf person in the world, actually, who just showed up. There's no one pointier.
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Oi! What's all this then?
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
I was wondering if they were...
All units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
I was wondering if they were going to fire another shot. But yeah.
The savages are coming!
Pointy-eared Hystidian and I have been through some major shit. Like 60 hours worth. We had to kill the Pope. It was great. But am I drinking an adult beverage? I'm actually an alcoholic, and I quit drinking over 9 years ago. Shortly after my firstborn was born. It became very clear very immediately that like I couldn't stay an alcoholic and be a good dad. Like some people maybe that they can, not me. It's just not for me. But yeah, 9 years sober and I miss it every day. Oh my god. Thinking of a nice grapefruit shandy right now. Haven't had a pumpkin spice ale for 9 Halloweens in a row. Good German beers were my favorite. Like a nice dark Hefeweizen. What do you think, Alpha No? We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead, we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy. This was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God's is my witness. There will be a reckoning. All right, calm down. I think you've been through some shit, Alpha No. Maybe breathe. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. Yeah, that's what I just said. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Comrade Kemp's body. Sorry, Commander Kemp's body. I'm not a communist spy, I swear. Find my sister and return to Ala Ghiri. Yes, buddy, good for you. You're still drinking with no responsibility to save you from it. Yeah, I mean, like, I might start again when my youngest grows up and leaves me here. I haven't decided yet, but like at that point, I'd be ruining like a 20-year streak. I don't know if I will be able to like start drinking again. Not with a high score like that. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alpha. No, tell me he's all right. Yeah, he's fine. The old man broke his fall. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Oh, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Ala Ghiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Don't start again? Yeah, I probably won't. So, I had a conversation with my daughter the other day. She got fed up with all the spiders in the bathroom and asked me to purge them from existence. And you know, I did, because I am a kind old man. And then she asked me to like sit on the toilet while she showered in case any more spiders showed up. And I was like, I can't do that. You gotta be brave. You gotta get through this on your own. And she's like, why though? And I'm like, because I won't always be there. And she did not take that one well. We had to have a long talk about death and the future and what that means, and real conversations about real things. And I assured her I would do my best to live forever. How are you doing? Welcome to the Resistance. It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. Half expected you were about to slit my throat. There's still time. The hell's with this? I should be back home in Elzabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Oh, he's the communist spy. Drinking looks like luxury but feels like a disease. It's just like an extremely slow suicide, that's all it is. It's kind of like a time travel when you say like, I don't want to do today. And so you become worthless for an entire day, absolving yourself of all responsibility, and that feels good. That is a feeling I recommend to everybody. But it turns out you can just quit your job whenever. I mean, you'll starve, but, you know. Pros and cons. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose, and I was having trouble getting it back on. Should be fine the rest of the way. As long as Kazooie doesn't bite you. You sound like a wonderful dad. I mean, I try. Like, it was one of my primary goals in life to have children and give them the best advantages I could possibly give them. Oh, Bless you, kind. Wait, was that you, old? I didn't recognize you at first. Feeling a bit dizzy? Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. You like how I worked in a burp in that one? I tried to make it fit the line. So I sound like a wonderful dad. Yeah, you know, I've been very bitter for a very long time, and I felt like I could do so much more if only I'd been born in better circumstances, if I had better advantages. My parents were smarter, been better off, or more judicious in their approach to life. I think I could have, you know, saved the world. I'm a little, I'm older now, a little wiser. I do recognize that, like, they did the best they could with what they had. But at the same time, I'm really concerned with a generation that can't have kids because they can't afford them, and they choose not to work because work won't pay them enough to live, which is a perfectly rational and like reasonable decision. And so like the future is super scary right now. And like the best I can do is just prepare my kids for anything and give them everything. And like it feels like a lot of adults can't or won't do that, and I don't understand it. Then again, I get all my news from social media, so it's probably all false, and the world's probably great outside my basement. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it in like 10 years. Old. We've given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later. I have no idea when. Rites must be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. Your daddy died in the first COVID plague. He was such a brilliant father and engineer who gave me computers and love and art materials. I agree with what I am saying. Yeah, it's rough out here. My dad's still alive and kicking, and taking care of my grandma, who is still alive and kicking, who's pushing 100. And yeah, it's... my dad was a biker, and my mom was a bartender. And it was not an advantageous position to which to start out life. But you know, they tried. They did their best. And honestly, they deserve the rest and relaxation that retirement is giving them. My mom still stresses way more than she should, but my dad, he's fully gone into kind of a hedonistic I only do what I want phase of his life, and I'm so proud of him for that, because he worked very hard and achieved very little, and so like he deserves his break. Even then, like he's got to take care of grandma. She started falling down and not being able to get up, so I've got a parent with my grandma at any given time. Wow, your mom is 80 and somehow younger than you? I get that. Every now and then I meet an old person and they're just fit. All Alliance and Resistance units are now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Aldine. I got some sad news yesterday. My 92-year-old neighbor, who is an absolute treasure. She is a wonderful Brazilian woman who has just been super kind, super nice. She's my neighbor. And like, I've enjoyed living next to her immensely. Like, I go over there and I help her with like house things, like changing out her fire alarms, like telling her what scams are and what are and aren't scams. And I just got the news that she's moving away to be closer to family because she's getting more and more forgetful and needs a little assistance. And man, I am gonna miss her. She was such a good neighbor. She loved my kids. My kids loved her. These deaths weigh heavily on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. But above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We've suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce his cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger. Let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face your enemy. We'll carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo. However, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Albania's cannon. Sorry, Albania. I might have said Albania. I don't want to accuse Albania of having cannons or weapons of mass destruction. As far as I know, they're pretty chill. I don't know. It's kind of near the Bosnia-Herzegovina region, right? Am I thinking of the right Albania? Yeah, I am. And I know they've had some turmoils in the past, though it's been kind of quiet over there, as far as I know. I hope they're doing good. Like, the east of Italy region, always, I've never understood. I knew there was a Yugoslavia, and, like, now it's 8,000 different countries. Even Macedonia's back. Anyway, if the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again, mayhap due to a malfunction. Or one of their officers found his conscience and after the first barrage, or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. Many possibilities, but the fact remains, they stopped when logic dictated they continue. I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. Know how you feel, Nago? I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalimo and I arrived at Rhalgr's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. But even then, I knew deep down it was an excuse. I was still afraid and of following my heart because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who'd struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot left of us, and the ones that are, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that, but don't worry, Nago. I'll come back, I promise. Rhino on Twitch says, as cool as the Final Fantasy universe always looked, really can't get into story games. Well, good morning, Sugarheart. There have been a couple I can't get into. Final Fantasy VI is probably my favorite, followed by 7 and 9. But I get you. While I acknowledge Commander Heck's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Old, will you go with her? Would have done it even if you hadn't asked, sir. Then it's settled. We will await your return. You don't know the countries anymore, and America is divided into the intelligent people in the country of Dumbfuckistan. I mean, I think a lot of that is smoke and mirrors. I like to believe that there are a lot of smart, rational, and well-meaning people in America, and we just don't get to see them. It almost feels like propaganda to accuse everyone of being an idiot. Or not everyone, like half the people. And a lot of people are idiots, don't get me wrong. But like whenever I go out in public and I talk to real human beings, like I'm usually met with rational, well-meaning humans. And I've just gotta recognize that as reality instead of what I see and hear on TV and in social media. As for like other countries, my knowledge comes from games, even in countries. When I was a kid, I used to play a game called Geomaster, where you would take over the world by answering like simple trivia questions. And so I memorized a lot. Like I memorized every country in the world in like 1995-ish, in the like early 90s. And so a lot of times I'll be like, oh, Swaziland, and they're like, it's Eswatini now. And then I'm like, oh, Zaire, and they're like, oh, it's the Democratic People's Republic of the Congo. And I'm just like, man, I knew everything once, and then everything changed. I don't have a Yugoslavia. I don't have a USSR. So I've started playing Global in my free time in like practice mode to like help me learn all the countries again, and I'm getting pretty good at it. You learn the most about other countries outside of the US from speaking to people who live there while playing video games together. That's a good way to do it. I mean, you get to speak with like the most populated countries, but you'll never learn about Tonga or Kiribati or the other non-video gamed countries. I hope they have video games there. I would feel sad for them if they didn't. I know the people of Tonga have a file I didn't correctly secure when FTPing it. It's okay, it was a test file. No real data was lost. Security did throw my laptop in the lake, though. Sorry to drag you into this, old. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. That is a great policy to have. For leading. Like, you never lead like somebody else. You gotta lead like you. Know your strengths. And your strength is kicking people with those giant metal boots. Those boots were not made for walking. They were made for violence. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Yurkref's Hope. Oh, sorry. Yunkref's Hope. The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. Shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there may be some ancient golems guarding it. Or it might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Lise, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us as needed. I'm honestly surprised you're not coming with. Aren't you second in command? To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Okie dokie. I love Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X with Wakka and Yuna. I never beat Final Fantasy X. I liked Final Fantasy X too, more than most people would admit. But yeah, I've been feeling nostalgic for Final Fantasy X lately. On my random work music playlist, the Xanarkin theme came up. And like, that one hits me more emotionally than I thought it would. Was nice catching the stream for the first time, lol. But you're gonna go back to watch to your VODs of some more cozy games. What was the last cozy game we played? Stardew Valley? I popped into Bitcraft to see like our empire had gone. I'm currently in talks with the Salt Empire to get it back. We play GeoTracker Worlds in VR. Oh. I'm under attack. Oh, you're still alive. I don't know why. I thought I killed you with the last hit. He threw me off. I thought he would be up at the top of the rope. So you play GeoTracker Worlds in VR. People will say to you that white flower there means we're in Croatia. You talking about the Edelweiss? I thought that meant you were in Austria, according to the Von Trapp family. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Though I think Austria borders Croatia, so I'm sure the Edelweiss creeped across the border. Tell that cozy game person to check out Gigi's game room. Oh, I will. Hey, Rhino, if you're still hanging around, check out Gigi's game room. She's a cool lady. She raided us once. She's been playing Repo a lot lately, but she's a cozy person. Usually playing cozy games. I think she just squatted up because her friends wanted to. Though, I imagine she wanted to, too. I've been watching her VODs. Not enough, but, like, I'm more aware of her style than ever before. Whew. Took a bit more out of me than I expected. Yeah, stairs will do that to me. There she is. Yuncruff's Hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. It's comforting to think there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accompanied such great feats that the people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. Proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. Can't have been easy staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Yen, or my father. But I can be a friend to you and all. I can fight by your side. I can be me. I'll just have to be enough, eh? Yeah, good for you. She's spouting some pretty wise words. Stormblood Sprout, I am. Strange to think back on it. We'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, would have been me instead of Conrad, or maybe both of us. Yeah, monster murders their own. Is that smoke from Castrum Albania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon. Can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell it won't be giving us trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, old, to avenge Conrad, all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. Take Castrum Albania, and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. Won't be easy after the losses we took. But I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others, come on. So Nakaru, you asked if I'm a Stormblood Sprout. And the answer is yes. Been playing this game since the day it released. Easier down than up, eh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. What quest did we just do? Above the churning waters. Let me check to see if the next one is like a dungeon or something. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time to keep doing quests. But yeah, I'm a sprout for as long as they will technically keep me a sprout. I've played the game since it came out on release day. Got the edition that comes with the fat chocobo. Any cool? Yeah, I've never gotten this far in the story before, so everything I'm seeing is still brand new to me. I am very Sprout-like in the sense that I know not what I do, but I am enjoying the game quite a bit. Like, I am planning to play all the way through the latest expansion. We're gonna do it all. It's kind of a challenge. 2 hours a time, 2 hours at a time, 1 week after the next, until that's one fat chocobo. Oh, he's awesome. A lot of gangster rap plays in my head whenever I'm riding him. I actually have a music license. I could play gangster rap while riding him, but the licensing agreement for Final Fantasy XIV is kind of weird. They insist that you only use the soundtrack provided by the game. And so I'm like, okay. I'm trying to run a clean channel here. I won't like bust out the gangster rap. Seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Albania at once. Could still be a trick, but if it isn't, you may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it's an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could have simply kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target. We will at least know that the cannon's operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants through Garabania, according Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions as Castrum Albania and other nearby settled installations. With the aid of our allies here, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let's do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alice and Old, I'm sure. Yeah. Well then, if you're in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. Make ready to march on Castrum Albania. Go. May Rauger watch over and keep you. Apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess, my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for least nor less Alamigo. Castrum Albania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks. You see, and so the likelihood that Kryle is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with the cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kryle might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. Yeah, that sounds fair. That chocobo is thick, he sure is. That baby is the boss of everyone in the world? Yeah. Yeah, these babies who are like, I don't know, 15-year-olds, they are in charge. But to be fair, they have lots of money, so they should be in charge, right? He said sarcastically. So to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Tarapin's agents. Took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Old and Lise were away. So the settlements are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor, either in the Specula Imperatus or the Castrum Urbania. It's getting really hard not to say speculum. Anyway, perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye. You have the right of it. They got the better deal than most Alamegans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave them. Damned if I know how Marshal Terrapin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain. I do. But I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contract is a Ruggeden woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage. Right. Put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. My cat is trying to eat me. He knows it's breakfast time. I've got 2 minutes left to stream. Well, the more money you have and the louder you talk, the more important you are. Yeah. I don't know how people confuse money with skill for so long. But it's never been more apparent than now that one does not necessarily equal the other. But more than that, well, I should add the caveat, like, just because somebody's rich doesn't mean they're an idiot, too. It just seems like they haven't earned the right to be in charge. There are rich people who are smart and powerful and respected. Most of them are 100 years old. The generation that's rich now just seems to be the children of those. Oh, the fat chocobo music is adorable, isn't it? That was introduced in another Final Fantasy game. I forget which one, but like there was another game, I think, with fat chocobos. Final Fantasy XIV is real good with the callbacks, let me tell you. See, what did I tell you? Let's continue on to the Specula Imperatoris. Like, and I believe Nobuo Uematsu was the composer for the majority of Final Fantasy XIV. He might have retired for the latest expansion, but he's also been the composer for all Final Fantasy games leading up to this. You want to enter the Specula? I sure do. Don't know anything about the other Final Fantasy games. 14 was your very first? Well, it is nothing like the other Final Fantasy games. There are tons and tons of references. But like, I guess it's like Final Fantasy 11, their first attempt at an MMO. But nobody talks about that one anymore. That one never took off. This one was actually in a lot of danger of not taking off either. This one got revived pretty hard. Kicked in the head. Nobuo Uematsu retired from Stormblood in Stormblood, actually. Mayasoshi Soken has been the main music guy since Shadowbringers. Oh. That's good to know. A lot of the songs I know are from post Shadowbringers. And they are good. And so, like, I didn't realize Nobuo didn't do the future soundtrack for Final Fantasy XIV. But I'm very impressed with the job the next guy did. I think he might have been like an apprentice to Uematsu. Stormblood Theme Revolution was the final Uematsu piece. Oh. I do want to say, like, I think it was like an apprenticeship situation, so there might be a lot of inspiration from Uematsu in the future generations. But I'm very curious. I need to do some reading about it. Of course, there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately, they were no match for Lys. Come on, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Have you ever listened to the Prey soundtrack? There was one time when Final Fantasy released like a whole vocal opera. Hang on. Basically all of the favorite songs from like all the favorite Final Fantasies. And it was amazing. Some of my favorite songs are on there. Like Promised Land, Au Palais des Verts. The next guy did one of the songs of 5-3 while fighting cancer and beat cancer. It's a good story. Ooh. I got a very light day at work today. I had a pretty rough couple of weeks. Was doing a lot of DevOps work, which is like doing highway maintenance. Like a lot of people are using the things you're working on. And like you're detouring them and rerouting them. It's a headache. And so I did a lot of work after hours while everybody was asleep. And so today, I'm gonna take it easy. And I feel like it's a good day to read up on the soundtrack history of the Final Fantasies. Looks like it's safer to enter. I don't see any Imperials. Do you know when Final Fantasy transitioned from orchestral to digital instruments? He beat cancer and created great musical art. He is a hero. Yeah. So it's very interesting. So Final Fantasy has always been kind of orchestral music based. Like ever since like Final Fantasy 1 in like the 1980s. Like Nobuo Uematsu didn't like write like beeps and boops. He wrote an orchestral piece and then translated it into beeps and boops. So like it's always been like London Philharmonic quality stuff, just like hidden behind the veil of video games. I don't see smoke above Castrum Albania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? That would be a comedic time to explode. All right, my alarm went off. I got to get the kids to school. It's a big day for my son. He's got a big presentation that I get to be a part of. And so I got to rush out of here today. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time. Gonna make food happen. Oh man, you are ready to go. My son just ran in here.
Bye.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Good, good, good. Stick around. I'll find somebody to raid. Usually our friend Sandra is playing this game around this time. She's a cool person. She lives in Korea, so it is an actual decent hour of the day over there. Where is she? Yeah, there she is. She might be doing content that is spoilers for us. But right now it looks like she's in her underwear. Enjoy! Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye! I'm trying to raid in YouTube as well, but I'm having a little difficulty. On YouTube, we're going to raid our friend Dan Agast. He likes to play a bunch of indie games. He's a great guy to follow. Really cool guy. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.